Oh, landmines and jellyfish, welcome back to Knives I Guess, and I'll have you know you're talking to someone that invented crotchless footy pajamas. Anyhow, it's new knife day, and this is one that I've wanted for a while, but I'm not supposed to be buying knives. My budget has collapsed on itself catastrophically, and we need every penny we can get. However, this one was on the more expensive side for me, pushing 90 to 120 bucks. But it was on sale for $39.99, and with a 10% off coupon code, it wound up being $35. That right here is going to be the Kizer Cyber Blade. And this is something I wanted, since it first dropped, and it's been on my wish list forever, but I didn't really want to spend that much money on it and didn't have that much money to spend on it. So when I saw it on sale at that price, I had to jump on it, especially given how, these sales tend to not last long or they sell out almost instantly. But all that aside, let's flick the bean. Actually, this is a thumb hole. Let's try that again to get it right. Let's flick the hole. So you've got a very, very small blade. I think this is hovering around 2 inches if I'm not wrong. M390 steel, which is also part of why I jumped on it at 40 bucks. Actually 35 is M390. And I think we can tell what it's inspired by here. Shapes. And I knew it was going to be kind of small. I saw someone else do a video on it, and I also kind of looked at the specs. This is one that could use being sized up to about the size of the Sheepdog XL. That would be incredibly cool for this to be just a giant pocket slab. But this is still a really cool little piece. Let's take a look at the factory edge. I haven't cut a thing with it, so let's mess this cut up. All right. Let's try that again. Yeah, that is a fantastic cut out of the box. That's a great factory edge. Let's see. The hair and the dead skin are disappearing. So yeah, that's a really good factory edge. This is the kind of edge I usually see out of cold steel. A well-made knife. And of course the shape is kind of interesting to me. It's kind of a weird, funky, modified tanto. And I don't normally have a ton of luck with tantos, but the ones I bought, the geometry has been terrible. The steel's been really thick. The grind's been really, obtuse, the angle on it. So this is a nice surprise. I'm not looking forward to having to sharpen this and try to maintain that crisp corner right there. But this thing is cool as all get out. The pocket clip is tip up, which is the Lord's carry. You got a little glass breaker right here, which I'm wondering whether or not that's going to dig into the love handle right there. I may end up popping that off if it becomes uncomfortable, because removing this thing, it shouldn't be anything more than a very tiny wrench. And the pocket clip is interesting. There's only one screw holding it down, but it's nice and recessed, so you got really strong retention, no movement side to side. This is really cool, and I've got a feeling this is going to be an incredibly comfortable carry. Again, I may have to remove the little glass breaker right here, but that's not a big issue. It's not like it's going to be garish without it or anything like that. I'd love to have like the option of putting some kind of jeweled piece on it or something looking really cool, but that's okay. You got like a semblance of a thumb stud that doesn't appear to be reversible, but this is kind of set up for right-handed carry as it is. So if you wanted to, you could, of course, open slowly, especially if you're not trying to surprise people with it. But you know me, I am going to flick the hole at every possible opportunity. And of course, while I'm doing this with my wrist pressed up against the table, it ain't working so nice, but here we are. Let's take a look at what came in the box. Because these are all, every company has different stuff in the box. But you get this, and it kind of feels like you're getting a new cell phone more than anything else. And, let's see, where do we open this thing? You got a nice size microfiber. You got your Kizer little pictures and information sheet. Yeah, this isn't even specific to this knife, like always. And then there's a bag of hardware right here, and I kind of wonder whether or not one of these would replace the little glass breaker if I pulled it out. So if I have to pull that out, I'm going to try this hardware out and see if that does a good job of replacing it. So far, my initial impression of this thing is pretty good. Normally I don't do knives this small all the time. If it's going to be a small knife, it better have a good reason, and this is definitely a good reason. I am going to put a link in the description for the one that's still left. I don't know how much longer they'll be in stock, but there is still at least some stock left right now. So if you're interested in grabbing one, it's there right now. If you miss a sale, they're going to go back up to 90 to 120 bucks. So, buckle your underwear for that. But I like this thing. So, all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, y'all are still coming in constantly. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful and humbled. Comments, I love some feedback. Let me know what you think about this thing and whether or not you're going to grab one. And all that being said, y'all have a nice day.